Hey guys, how's it going and welcome to the Minute channel. And I feel like this is an interesting video to do because I haven't updated this in a while. And the reason for being is a lot of games have come out since then. So a year or two ago when I started my YouTube channel, I did a ranking of all Persona games. And I was like, yeah, it's extra exciting, there's a bunch of stuff coming out, everything. And at the time, the dancing games were coming out. And they haven't even come out yet. And so I wanted to do kind of like a ranking of the Persona games or something like that. And I was like, okay, this is gonna be the all ranking of all Persona games without some games, because at the time I didn't have some older games or anything. In fact, I didn't even rank Persona 1 on that game, on that ranking. But since then, we had pretty much all Persona games that we are supposed to get out for now. We have Persona 5 Royal now, we have Persona 5 Dancing, we have Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight, we have Persona Q2, we have Persona Scramble Get On in Japan, which I played in my Switch. So there's been all these other games that have come out yet since, and I think it's time to update this list with all the Persona games. Now this is gonna be rough for me because I don't have all the I don't have like I mean, all of them are good to me. I like all games, right? And this is kind of like where we need to start, right? I like all Persona games. All of them are especially in my heart. All of them have a specific something for me that are deep inside that I really like, and all of them are special in my heart in some kind of way, right? So it's gonna be hard to rank all of them and kind of go, yeah, this is the worst game in the series and everything. But I have to do that because this is a ranking game, right? That being said, but just take it lighthearted and everything. If a game ranked not in the way that you want it to, totally fine. It's okay. It's gonna be alright. But what I want to do this time around, I'm just gonna pile a bunch of games together because there's been a bunch of them that have come out simultaneously, such as the Persona 5 Dancing and Persona 3 Moonlight. But yeah, that's gonna start with that. That's gonna be at the bottom. Those two games at the very bottom. I don't care which order you want to put them both. But they were pretty much the worst Persona spin-offs that we had so far, and it pains me because I like the Persona dancing games. I like the Persona 4 dancing in all night game, and I think it's a really cool idea. I really do. Unfortunately, the execution is not the best. To start with, these games came out at a full price, and in fact, the collector's edition came out at $100 with all three of the games, and that would be cool, except that the collector's edition had nothing but a artwork that was attached to the book itself of the games and everything. In fact, Persona 4 didn't even come out with a disc. It had a code to download and everything, so that was disappointing. I expect more from all the I have collector's edition for a lot of Persona games: Persona Q, Persona Q2, Persona 4 Golden, Persona 4 Dancing All Night, the Persona games, Persona 5 Royal. So I had a bunch of collector's editions, Catherine, and all of them had a little something. This one really didn't. It was kind of lacking in that sense, and that was really disappointing because $100 is pretty expensive for one of these. Now these games go pretty cheap because ever since Atlus realized that you can't sell these two games at full price. There's no story to them. There is only the gameplay. That's all you get. You get a little bit of interaction between different characters, kind of like almost like social links, but more condensed. They don't really add to anything because there's no story or anything like that. So it's just more like more fun moments and that kind of stuff. That was a little bit disappointing for me. The next for that is gonna be Persona 4 Dancing All Night. Persona 4 Dancing All Night is a much better edition of the Persona dancing games. It does come with a full story. You meet a full new cast of characters in addition to a Persona 4 cast. All of them are interesting. There's a lot of cool stuff to be had about that. The story is oddly appealing, even though it's a little bit weird because it's a dancing game at the end of the day. And the dancing part is okay. The gameplay is fine. The Persona 5, 3, and 4 dancing games all play the same. There's a couple editions here and everything like that, but overall the dancings are very similar and everything like that. These aren't too good as a dancing games. I played other dancing games before, even though I'm not too attached to the dancing games in general, like all the rhythm games out there, like the Miku 2 games, and there's tons of them in Japan. These aren't the best of the bunch, and it sucks to say that because Atlus has a whole series on the Hatsume Miku dancing games. So it came as a surprise when this game didn't come out that good. I think that this could have been better. I honestly do. But my next for there is gonna be the Persona Q, original Persona Q. I think Persona Q was an excellent idea for a game. I think that the gameplay from Atrian Odyssey, when it comes to the way that they do the dungeons and everything, it's really good. Unfortunately, the story wasn't too appealing to me. I think this was definitely made for a younger audience to kind of get them into the Persona games, because these are teen instead of mature games, so you can kind of get that crowd and everything like that with 3DS. These are still really good games. The gameplay is fantastic. It's actually one of the most interactive RPGs that I played on from Atlus sides, with the Atrian Odyssey style and everything like that, and I really like it. I think it really works well enough for me. Other than the story, I really like all the characters. It's just being in the cast backs again and seeing them have fun and everything is really, really cool. From then on, we have it's gonna be the fighting game Persona 4 Ultimax. This is the second installment on the 2-part Persona Arena games. I think this one rates lower than the other one because I feel like this ending didn't work really well for me. The story, the premise of having a fighting game for Persona was really appealing and interesting, and it worked really well for me when I played it in the arcades and when I played the game and everything like that. The story was interesting and really capturing for me as a longtime fan. I think that they did really good stuff. But overall, I don't think that it worked as well as they intended to do, and that did suck for me a little bit. I think that this was something that it just didn't work as well as I thought it was gonna be for me. I really do think so. Now, Persona 4 Arena. This is a much better game. I think that this game had everything that I was looking for in a crossover / fighting game. The characters, again, the fighting was so good, superb. I think Arc Systems, who made the Persona fighting games, did such a good job at them that I really want them to continue this series. This is an excellent series to put in there. I think that there's a lot of really cool stuff to have in there. The story, again, was super capturing. You see the returning characters from Persona 3 and Persona 4. It's nice to see them older, and it's been a few years, and what they've been up to and everything like that. I really want them to continue the storyline. Again, unfortunately, the storyline from Ultimax wasn't too good at the end, but I think that they did start something really, really appealing for a lot of people here. Moving up next, we do have a newer Persona game. This is Persona Q2. I think Persona Q2 is a much better version of Persona Q, adding Persona 5 cast as well as Persona 3 and 4. This focus on the story of Persona 5 instead of having two separate storylines in Persona Q. Persona Q2 just focused on the one party and then started adding new characters from the different series and so on. I think that works excellent for me. This is a much better idea. You still get the nonsensical parts of the stories and everything like that, but I think the story is a little bit better. I think focusing on one cast opposed to different casts and doing all this stuff works much better. The story is still pretty good. I think the gameplay is excellent. Like I said, Atrian Odyssey has really good gameplay, so implemented on Persona Q really works well for me. I hope that they continue this series on the Switch. It's an excellent series to continue on. I think that this will sell really well if they do another one, like Persona Q3 with other characters, maybe from Persona 1 and 2 as well. That would be really, really cool. Moving up next, we have the new Persona 5 Scramble. Persona 5 Scramble is the newest addition to the games. I think that this is an excellent idea that I didn't think it would work as well as it did. Honestly, I was super skeptical when they announced a Musu style game for Persona 5. I thought that this was gonna be kind of dumb. It wasn't gonna work, and the story works well as a sequel for Persona 5. The characters are just as amazing as always, and just like open world-ish type of a game where you can walk around on the different cities and how you can get to go around from city to city in Japan, and you can explore these wonderful cities, but also the story is appealing. You meet new characters, and the new characters are also really appealing. I think I really like the new female character that they added on this game. She's adorable. She's really funny. You feel for her. There's all the different emotions, and I think that this is an excellent sequel to Persona 5 Royal. To Persona 5. That being said, the other thing that I really like is the gameplay. The gameplay works super well because they didn't just do Musu style gameplay. They had Persona elements into it. it when it comes to summoning the personas, when it comes to doing all the different fighting and everything, and it just really works super well. I'm excited and I'm happy to see how it turned out, because it turned out really well. I really like that a lot. I think that they did an excellent job, and this is probably a series that should stick, and I think that maybe when we can get a Persona 4 Scramble or Persona 3 Scramble or anything like that. These games really work well for the formula, something between a Persona game with a Musou style game put together, warrior style. It just works super well. I think nobody expected it to work this well, but it really does. I'll be honest with you, I was probably more excited for this than for Persona 5 Royal. It's just because of the gameplay and everything. It appealed me to have something different and new. And again, the story, seeing the new characters, and the returning characters was just so good. Moving up next, we're also gonna start with the actual Persona games. I'm gonna pack in the Persona 1. I'll explain. So we're gonna rank them in this. Okay, so next from that is gonna be Persona 1, the original Persona game. Now, originally I did not rank this game because I had not finished it. I was actually going through a playthrough at the time when I did that video. Ever since then, I have played this game and I finished it. And I'll say I really like this game more than I thought I was going to do. I actually thought this game was going to rank lower on the Persona games and everything. But I really think it really works well because as a long-term fan of the Atlus games, when it is SMT and everything, you can really see a lot of more SMT on this game than anything else, but at the same time it's something new and different and everything. The introduction to the characters feels really well, and it really works well for me, as you know, having a team of friends that already know each other and they kind of stuck together, trying to figure things out and everything. It just works really well. I think that the mystery of this game and then the next game on the list really works first for me here. Next one is gonna be Persona 2. Now, Persona 2 is split up into two different games. I actually feel like this game doesn't get enough credit for what it is, because this is an excellent game. I feel like more people should play this game. I really do. And it will even rank even higher than other Persona games if it wasn't because the gameplay is really outdated. And I feel the same way for Persona 1 as well. The gameplay is just not as smooth as before. In the new games, there's a lot of mechanics that are in here, like social links and everything, that really does kind of this is a more dungeon crawling experience and more reminiscence of the other SMT games. But the story is really good. The different characters that you meet is really good. They have this mechanic regarding to rumors and that kind of stuff, and it's really a big thing in the game itself, and it really is a really excellent mechanic. I can see another Persona game or this Persona game remade with this mechanic kind of on the works and everything, and I really like this a lot. All the different characters that you meet in the two playthroughs is really good. The story is so appealing. It has a lot of questions, and it leaves you even hanging in the ending. It does kind of make you wonder a lot of things for the series, the franchise and everything. So I really like this game a lot. And moving up next, we have Persona 4. Persona 4 or Persona 4 Golden, depending on which one you played, is a really good game. I really like this game. I think that overall, Persona 4, what it does to the series is it improves a lot from the previous games. I think that it did move the franchise forward in a good direction. I think the characters is an excellent team. These guys just you can see their interactions that feel really genuine. They are really friends. You can feel that connection with them and everything. And I feel like this the interaction between the different social links and everything, this makes this kind of like the best in that sense. I really do like how they play out and everything. The story can be predictable at times, and some of the plot twists and everything aren't as well executed as you think that it will be, but I did think that this game definitely lands it when it comes to that. Again, the gameplay improved from the previous games and everything, and it's just overall a really good experience. Moving up next, it's gonna be Persona 5 or Persona 5 Royal if you play the new one. I am playing my other playthrough of Persona 5 right now, Persona 5 Royal, and it's just been an experience, fantastic experience. Overall, I like these games. I think that these games bring again a huge jump from the previous games. This game really revolutionized and changed the way that they experience Persona games, and I think that this is really good. The game itself just improves so much on gameplay elements when it comes to things like the baton pass or the dungeon crawling elements. The style of the game is fantastic. The themes that were went for are really phenomenal. They have a good character team as well. All different characters have different ideas, motivations, and everything like that. Again, in this one, I don't feel like the twists were as pronounced or as good as they intended to do, and I think the story can be lacking in some aspects, but it's still really good. And I really like this game. I think that if this is your first Persona game, this is an excellent time to start to like Persona. I think this is an excellent way to kind of get into the games and everything. It does have a really long introduction to the game, but I did think that this game it really worked really well. Whenever I played this game, I was like, wow, they improved so much in the series. I can't wait for what comes next, because this is really a stepping stone for Persona. And I'm so happy that a lot of people came into the games because of that. And my number one is gonna be Persona 3. Now, Persona 3 I've talked about, or Persona 3 pre-portable or Persona 3 FES. You can say it. There's been 2 remixes of this game already, and they do add a lot of stuff too. So Persona 3, many different why I liked it. This is actually the first Persona game that I liked, or the first Persona games that I liked. I played this one and I played other games, but I think that this is kind of like what really got me into Persona games. So, one of the reasons why I think that this is kind of the superior one is the story is phenomenal. I do think that this story kind of got me out of a tough spot when I was growing up, when I was playing these games and everything. And it really, helped me a lot through a lot of stuff. And I really like that a lot. This game, I just found it relatable in different kind of ways. Now, you may find a different way. Maybe you find Persona 5 more relatable and that kind of stuff. I totally understand that. But I do think that this has an excellent story. A twist that you really don't see coming, even though to the very end there are some stuff that you are like, wow, it's mind blown, or like it really like it leaves you thinking for a little bit, and I really like that. I like that a lot. There's a lot of stuff that they add to this game, and I really like that. Now, another reason why I like this game, and when I think this is kind of like my number one for myself, is this game did something interesting when it comes to just Persona in general, because it marks the change between Persona 1 and 2 to the new Persona games, Persona 3, 4, and 5. This introduced a lot of new elements. This introduced the social links, or confidence, if you want to call them that way. This introduced the social calendar aspect, where you have a calendar and you have different things to do each day. This introduced the school aspect, where you're going to school at night and you're going on the day, and then dungeon crawling at night. This introduced a lot of different elements and mechanics that now are kind of like the formula for Persona. Sure, were they rough back then? Yeah, they were rough. The social links were a lot more harder to do. Dungeon crawling was hard. There were a lot of elements that I have removed since then. There's a lot of things that they have changed since then. But I really like this game a lot. I think that this game really did it for me and really changed the way that Persona plays and everything like that. And that's why I think this is the best Persona game in my eyes and everything. Obviously, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And I figure this will be a good time to update this because there's a lot of games that I played since then. As you can tell, I had a whole more games since then. But anyway, let me know in the comments below what do you think about all this. Is games that I missed, or is anything in particular that you like the most, or let me know your personal ranking of these games. And if you're new, please consider liking and subscribing. I do Persona videos and I do some more videos about other stuff, but yeah, if you're new, again, like, subscribe, share the video, whatever. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.